Hi, welcome. I am so happy to share with you this little routine that has been really helping me when I get pain and feel really fatigued through the sides of my hips. I hope that it is helpful for you too. We start on our hands and knees, bringing the knees to a wider position, the big toes together, and then starting to circle through the hips. And this is where you might pick up where some of those tight points are or pain points are. We want to move with calm breath, inhaling up, exhaling, circling down and around. And then back in the other direction. I love to close my eyes as I move through this routine so that I can really tune into the sensations through the hips and adjust the range of motion and the movement slightly when I find points that feel really nourishing. We come from here to a true hands and knees, feet and knees hip distance apart. Inhaling into our cat shape, pushing the bottom back, pulling the chest forward, into our cow shape. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under and then arch through the spine. And this is where you might start to see a little bit of feedback from the hips through into the low back. I just want you to pay attention to that, see how it feels. Let's see if we can add a little bit more awareness into the hips. So when we push the bottom back, imagine that you could show your inner thighs to somebody behind you. And then when we tuck the tailbone under and pull that bottom forward, think about trying to create a little traction here, trying to send your inner thighs forward. A few more like that. And we can go a little bit rogue here, just wagging the tail from side to side. Maybe swishing up and around and down, basically mobilizing this whole area. And again, searching for those points where things feel tight. And now that we've explored it in this position, we change the way that our legs are set up. Just go on here and give your wrists a little flick or scrunch and release whenever you need it. We'll bring the ankle of the right leg to cross over the front of the left thigh. The goal being to make this leg as close to a parallel line to this front edge of your yoga mat if you're using one, or think close to a right angle in that knee joint. And then from here, we swish from side to side. If it feels a lot, the pressure here into your wrists, I'm just mindful of it, you could come down onto your forearms and continue the movement. You could come to some gorilla fists or forearms on top of yoga blocks instead. After the side to side movement, go ahead and perform that cat and cow again. Belly dropping down, tailbone tucking under. And this is where I really start to feel this nice feed through into the outer hip. And again, you can go a little bit creative and quirky here, finding what feels good, what movement is nourishing as you wriggle those hips around. From here, we will make the cross of the legs a little deeper. Now the goal is to bring the knees nestled into one another and to fan the feet apart. From here, we take an inhale breath in this shape and then exhale, rock the hips back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, rock the hips back. Now, for some, you'll be able to rock back and nearly go ahead and sit down on your bottom. And for some, it might be just a small movement forward and back. After those rocking sensations, let's see if we can go again. Cat and cow, belly drop, and then arching up. So again, I get some really nice feed through into the side of the hip here. And I don't want to stay in that position for too long. I'm going to explore up and down. I usually like to do this with some beautiful music playing. We have right now the beautiful music of somebody doing some construction next door. But once you learn these movements and you find what feels good for you, you might want to just pop a song on and come back to what felt good. Lovely. So from here, let's just release those legs and then come on over to the other side. So the left ankle crossing over front of that right thigh. Trying to set up that nice angle where we've got a straighter line towards the front edge of this yoga mat. And start to rock from side to side. A little sway there. When we find that point that feels tight, try and move into it, massage around a little bit. And then cat and cow. So here we're really shifting the pelvis. It's pushing that tailbone back and then tucking that tailbone under. And any other little movements that feel good, trying to massage into those tight spaces. And then we can make the cross deeper. Knees are now snug against one another, feet fan further apart. We go ahead and rock back, hips towards the ground and then lifting back up. It's moving towards our yoga posture, the cow face pose. One of the hardest positions for me to hold, especially when my hips are really tight, but I love this dynamic way of moving towards it. And then back into cat and cow in this shape. Any movements here that feel good, feel nourishing. And then let's bring the right foot forward between our hands, sitting up into a lunge position. And we'll just start a little bit of a drive forward, pushing the front knee further forward, finding length through this left leg, through that hip flexor. And then from here, we'll just wing out the right leg. So we bring our left hand down, wing it out to the side. We can lift up the back knee, try and slide it a little further back, come onto the pinky toe edge perhaps of that right foot. And again, just a little bit of circular movement here, a little rocking back and forth, seeing how things feel. And then we'll go ahead and set up for a kick stance side plank position. So we lift the knee of the right leg, heel toe, or lift the knee of the left leg, heel toe that right foot further around until we find this shape. We want to check here that the side body on the left-hand side is really long. We feel supported from wrist to shoulder on that left-hand side. We can open our right arm up towards the ceiling. Now we try and lower the side of the hip, keeping our torso quite tall, quite long. Feel that stretch. It should now come in down this part of the body and then lift it back up. And then again, stay dynamic. Release that side body and lift it back up. A few more like this. Sometimes after a couple moving, I really like to stay there for a breath or two. I feel like this hip now, like this one's getting a bit jealous. It can't wait to do the same movement. All right, and let's bring that out. Yes, a little shake out, a little scrunch and release of that left wrist should feel really good here. And then we take it to that left foot forward between the hands. Inhale here, exhale, drive forward, lengthen that right leg. Take a moment, place that right hand on the ground. Heel toe, that left foot further out, maybe wing the toe out a little here, tuck under the ball of that right foot, maybe wedge that back knee a little further back. And we can move forward and back, we can circle, find what feels good, find where there's tightness. Very rarely are the hips tight in isolation. There'll be some surrounding muscles that are also feeling tight. So let's go ahead and set up the side plank position. Sorry to turn my back to you. Heel toe, that left foot further around. We're right on the knife edge, pinky toe edge of that right foot. Arm extending up towards the ceiling and then trying to lower the side of the hip down without collapsing through the torso. See how that feels? The side's super tight for me. Bringing it back up. Slowly feel into it, come down. And up. Slowly. I always like to film the routines when I'm in genuine need of them myself. It's been a glute day for my strength work. I've done a run today and yesterday and been on a bike in a spin class yesterday morning. So I'm definitely needing the nourishment, the love through the hips. And up. Maybe you're like me, after you've done a few dynamic, you're like, oh, that feels good. Let's just stay here for a few breaths. Nice. Coming away from there, and let's return, knees wide, big toes together, back to these hip circles. See how they feel. A bit differently from when we first came into this shape. A little bit of rogue movement again through that low back. I don't know why I'm saying rogue. Just do what you feel. That's what I mean. And then tucking the toes under, just lifting up into a downward dog shape. A few deep pedals out here of the back of the legs. Letting the back of that neck go. And feet coming closer towards the hands, folding into a ragdoll, belly on the front of the thighs. Sway side to side. And as we're swaying, we're thinking here like bend more deeply the left knee as we sway to the right. Bend more deeply the right knee as we sway to the left. It's a real swishing around through that low back, that hip area. Now next time we get this deep sway over to the left hand side, deep bend of that right leg, length through that left leg. See if you can keep your right hand on the ground and just twist open to the side. So sort of like what we were doing before on our sides, but now we're taking it more upright. Switch, deep bend through that left knee, planting of that left palm, length through that right leg, extend up towards the ceiling. So we want to think long through the hip. And reset that. Taking a deep squat position, elbows to the insides of the thighs. A little bit of side to side rock here. And then you can come all the way down to your bottom and just see how things feel. Having done that, it's not a long routine, but really nice just to pop in there when you're like, things are feeling a bit tight, perhaps before some movement, after some other movement, or a little wind down routine before bed. Love to hear if you gave this a go, what you thought, and do feel free to hit subscribe for me to find more of these videos. Thank you. Bye.